What do you think is a good system?
Apple juice, yeah. Go Lolita.
Love you. Okay, we're recording. Don't come back, please. Okay, close the door. Go lay down.
What? She just woke up.
Yeah. No, she didn't take a nap.
She did take a nap.
She didn't.
They've been
up the whole time. So. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Zamots podcast, where we focus on
faith,
family,
fitness,
finances, and friendships. Today, we're going to be reading from Hebrews chapter 12, verses 7 through 8. And it reads, "Endure hardship as discipline. God is treating you as his children. For what children are not disciplined by their father? If you are not disciplined, and everyone undergoes discipline, then you are not legitimate and not true sons and daughters at all." Amen.
Amen.
Good afternoon, family. Good evening, good night, good morning, all that good stuff. We're gonna read two questions each from our tonight's conversations game. And I'm gonna let my wife start it off, all right? Let's get it, sweetheart.
Hey y'all. Okay. From 1 to 10, how well do I handle disagreements? Explain your rating. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well do I handle disagreements? Explain your reason.
On a scale from 1 to 10, I would say you handle disagreements. I'll give you an 8.
8 out of 10?
Yeah, 8 out of 10.
8 being like moderate.
No, 8 is good, man. You was in school.
So that's 10 is like very good.
Yeah, 10 is like very good.
Okay, so it's closer to that scale.
Yeah.
Okay, explain your ranking.
I think that you manage your emotions better than before.
Yeah.
So in a disagreement, you're not like all over the place emotionally. You like keep it confined and you respond properly or don't respond because you don't got nothing nice to say.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Yeah. So that's my ranking. So from 1 to 10, how well do I handle disagreements? Explain your reason.
I would say about a 8.2.
I knew it. Okay.
I would say 8.2.
Okay.
Because you see, it honestly depends, y'all. Okay, it depends on the situation and what the disagreement was.
Okay.
Okay, if the disagreement is heated, then I say you handle your emotions at about 7.
A 7?
A 7, yeah.
Okay.
And
why
then
a 7?
I say a 7 because we don't have like a whole bunch of disagreements. We really just be tit for tat just to get on each other's nerves. Mm-hmm. But like actual disagreements that we have is something we're both very passionate about or serious or completely convinced. No, it's this way, and you're like, no, it's that way. So both of us be being petty. We'll be being petty. So
why they give me a 7?
They give you a 7. Because when it's not petty situations, you're not bucking. So
what's the problem with that?
What? It's a disagreement. We can agree to disagree.
Okay.
It's like you don't want to agree to disagree for real. Because you'll be like that. You'll be like, okay. Like it's.
And that's bad?
All right. No.
She talking. Look, she want an argument.
No. Babe, but look, this is how you do. You like, okay. All right, I mean, if that's how you want to view it, then it's okay. Yeah, but the earth is not round. You know, if you want to believe what someone told you about, like, that's how you do it. You kind of make it like you're still going. You'll agree. You'll say, oh, it's okay, man. Like, I understand. You'll say that, and then you'll still be like,
I'm still standing.
You're still like, ming, you still like tiptoeing around it.
Yeah. No problem. Yeah, I'm going to stand firm on what I believe in.
Yeah. That's why I feel like for me, like if I'm really serious and I feel like I am not wrong about this, I feel like I could be probably like a 6 sometimes.
But I ain't giving you that rating. I gave you a solid 8.
I'll give you 8.2.
Okay, so that's that question. Next. All right, it says, do you feel safe to be yourself in this relationship?
For sure. Immediately. I'm talking about people talking about, so when you go on a date, eat salad.
Only
drink lemon water. Make sure you let him order your wine and stuff like that. What are you talking about? Don't take a dump around them. Oh, don't fart around your significant other.
That's childish.
Be for real. Yes, I am lady. I'm a lady. Okay, I get it. But however, I'm human as well. I'm not holding in a fart so that you can't smell what my fart
smell like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, that's childish.
No, 100% comfortable. You remember when you first farted in front of me?
No, because I was always farting in front of you. You
always.
Just ain't hear it.
Didn't hear but I did hear it. Like we were in mid conversation, you were just talking. You tooted, babe. You literally tooted. It was a fart like that. The windows was up. It was cold outside. I think we were going to another broken area. You farted. The windows was up. You just kept talking, and I'm over here dying of his funk. But I'm like, you gotta. It's better out the in, child. Yeah. Like
it does damage inside. I gotta let loose.
I feel like when you're not yourself in a relationship, that's how relationships end. Like women that wake up every day. I mean, like women that always beat their face, 24/7. There are some women that do that because they enjoy it, but making sure they wake up before their husband get up, brush their teeth, like what? I'm not doing all of that.
That's too much.
And then you stop doing it. Oh, you used to cook all the time, and you used to keep yourself together all the time. You used to this and you used to that, because you were doing those things and it wasn't authentically you.
Yeah,
that's like a woman that don't like to cook and don't know how to cook, but then when she first get with her man, that's all she's doing is cooking.
Yeah.
So now y'all in a relationship, y'all in a marriage, and he think he about to be getting home cooked meal. Yeah. Whole time you done had your aunties coming over to cook the meals for this man because you want him to think that you cook and you don't know how to cook. You don't like cooking, so why would you do that?
Yeah.
Because you can only keep that act up for so long.
Yeah, the truth eventually comes out.
Every time.
You can only lie but so much.
What you say? Do you feel safe to be yourself in this relationship?
Yeah, 100%. I feel safe to be myself in this relationship. I feel safe. Oh, okay.
No, keep going. Next
question.
No,
that's good. That's it. That's all I had to say. I feel 100% safe to be myself in this relationship.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good. What would you say is our most significant difference as individuals, and how does it help us as a couple?
Most significant difference is probably our love language. My wife's love language is acts of kindness or acts of service, and quality time. My love language is physical touch. I mean, I need to be touched. I need to do some touching. I just want to know that you're there.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably the most significant difference.
It says, how does it help us as a couple?
It balances each other out.
Yeah.
We balance each other out, and we're able to grow in different areas because we have somebody that requires love in a certain way.
In a different form. Like,
yeah. When you're in a relationship and your significant other or your partner requires something of you that you're not good at, then it's going to push you to be good in that area. If you really want to be with them, you really want to satisfy them, then you're going to look to grow in that area. And I say I've grown in the area of my wife's love languages, and she's definitely grown in the area of mine. So it's caused us to be better in those weak areas, and has developed our relationship and our love for each other even more.
Yeah, I feel the same way too. Like if you're in a relationship, most of the time it's people that have the opposite love language, but then it is a high percentage where they have the exact same love language. But I feel like regardless of if you're in a relationship, like a marriage or something like that with someone, and then friendship, like they're pretty much on the same bracket. Like either way, just as a person, just as a person that has family, friends, and all this other stuff, everyone is different. You can't love someone the same way and think like, oh, you're just supposed to be okay with it. You have to be able to adapt and maneuver. So the fact that our love language is the opposite of each other, it just pushed us in our relationship to one, keep things different and like constantly, changing in the best way, because I have to think outside of myself to cater to your love, and you have to think outside of yourself to cater to my love language.
For sure.
And it just makes it even more special. Like, dang, you like, and honestly, you begin to love it. Like, I'm beginning to love it more, just touching you or holding you or just like throughout the day, just touching you way, way more than what I usually would be.
Yeah, it grows on you.
Yeah, it grows on you. And the same with just you, acts of service. You come home with flowers or writing letters, like whatever it is. It's like, I be like, oh, like,
I have a different appreciation for it now.
I melt because it's like, oh, you thought about me. Like, we ain't been around each other all day, and then you just pop out and be like, oh, here, babe. Or you'll like take the kids, just be like, no, let your mom sleep. Like, it's a whole lot, but
yeah, all that good stuff.
Same thing he said. I just elaborated on it for the question.
I saw a post on Instagram. I think I sent it to you too, about being equally yoked, right, in a relationship. And being equally yoked in a relationship means that two individuals who are strong where the other person is weak, right? So if you have two individuals that are both strong in the same areas, that's unequally yoked. Like, a lot of people have it opposite in their mind. They think that that's being equally yoked when you have two individuals that are strong in the same areas. No, that's unequally yoked, right? Because if I'm strong in the area and my wife is strong in that same area, but then we have another area where we're both weak in, then who's going to help who grow in that area, right? So because I was weak in the area of, acts of service and quality time, and my wife was weak in the area of physical, like, affection and touch, us having those opposites love languages caused us to grow in those areas, and now we have a better capacity to do those things.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because did you fart?
No, I didn't. You smell fart?
I smell fart.
Oh no, I ain't fart. She trying to put me on blast, y'all. On the
no, I wasn't. That's why I was like about to stop it. But I'm like, it's over there. I
definitely would have said if I farted too. I would, but I ain't fart. So, so last question. All right, it says, what makes us special as a couple? Oh, that's a good question. Wait, did you read that one?
Yeah. What makes us special as a couple?
I feel like I say this a lot, but the fact that we're both individuals before we're a couple, meaning that we're both whole as individuals. And like, I love my wife to life, but I don't need my wife, right? And don't get it twisted. Like, I know that what she does, she brings value to our house. Like, she makes our house a home. But if my wife were to pass on, my world wouldn't crumble, meaning I'm still whole in myself. I don't require another human for me to be me. Now, when I do have this other human, it amplifies me, right? It makes me better than what I am. But I don't need another human in order for me to be me. Okay, and the same thing for my wife, I would say. She's whole as an individual. She doesn't need me. If I
don't need him. Yeah. I don't need him. If he was to die, I like you said, my world would not crumble. I would still be me. Like, nothing is changing me because of the loss of someone, or if someone's no longer in your life. So want him, yes. Need him in my life for the time that he's supposed to be in my life, yes. But I don't need him in order for Deja to function.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's good. High five. But don't put a lot of emphasis on, like, I don't need him. Like, don't.
But that's like, the way you say it, so that's what I'm giving. I'm giving you too. No, we're not cutting the clip. We're not cutting the clip. If you want to edit it out, edit it out. But I say what I say because you say what you say. Because honestly, I feel like what's understood don't really have to be
I didn't need to say it twice.
So the fact that, like my wife right here, I don't need her. I don't like it's something about that whole statement that don't sit right with me. I understand what you're trying to say and I get what you're saying, but the fact that you say it out loud the way that you say it makes me believe I didn't mean it like that. Don't say it like that then.
Okay, I need you.
I need you. Like that's what I be saying. I be saying I need him. Yes, I need my man. I need him. I don't want him, I need him, but I'm saying I need you. Okay?
Yeah.
I understand. I need you because of who you are.
Yeah. But when you say that, people get a misunderstanding.
No one misunderstands that.
No, people get a misunderstanding and they think that because you say you need somebody, that essentially means that if you don't have that person, then you can't be you. That's what you're insinuating by saying you need that person.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to make it clear, I don't need you in that way. I don't need you to be me. I need you as my wife, yes, of course, but I don't need you in order for me to be me.
Yeah.
You don't need me in order for you to you are you regardless if I'm here or not.
I understand it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I understand the explanation what you're saying. People. So say that.
I did. Y'all heard me say that.
But the way you just explained, the way you just said it, it sounds completely different. The tone is completely different.
Oh, it was my tonality. But you gotta
listen. I don't need my wife to be me.
I have bad tonality.
Just like
y'all understood what I was saying.
Yeah, it's understood. It's understood. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes what's understood don't have to be explained. I did understand it. What's on that point?
You didn't understand for a second.
I did understand it. Like I told you, I understand it, but just because I understand it don't mean I have to like to understand it. I don't like that because for me, I do need you. Like if you were to pass away or die, my world would crumble. It's a piece of me that I don't even want to think about because I think you would cry.
Okay, don't cry. Don't cry, baby.
I can cry if I want to cry.
Y'all understand what we saying, right?
Yeah. Like if you were to die, my world will crumble. It's a piece of me that we built together, that we grew together, that if you were no longer here, it would take a part of me. And
yes.
A part of me would never be the same. It's a new me constantly.
Yes.
So, yes, I do need you.
Okay. We need each other.
But we don't need each other to be us.
We don't need each other to be individuals.
Yeah.
We need each other to be us, to be this unit that we are. But we don't need each other to be individuals.
So boom, I die, right?
No. Let's not play the scenario out.
Yes, I do, because I want you to see this visual. Like I'm gone. I'm no longer here when it's my time to go, right? Okay, you're left all alone with you and just the kid.
I see where this is going. Yes.
Right. How do you feel?
I feel terrible. My wife does.
What are you going to get up and do?
I'm going to do what's required of me.
What's required of you?
My part and your part.
What's your part?
My part is the provider and the protector.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But how would you feel?
I just told you I would feel terrible.
You would feel different? Yeah, you're not the same person? If the person that you love gets taken from you, it changes you.
Yeah, I'd be broken, but I would still be John.
You would still be John. Daniel, by yourself.
Exactly. Without you, I would be hurt.
That's going to make you cry. That's gonna make you cry.
I don't want to do this.
Exactly.
We about to get into the pod, y'all. She's trying to make me cry.
I'm not trying to make him cry, but that's what I'm thinking. Like, when you say that, that's how I be feeling. I'll be like, but I really wouldn't be myself. It would be real hard. Like,
yeah, it'll be difficult. So can we go into the pod?
Yeah.
All right, family. Listen, we want to talk to y'all and us this week about parenting as a young adult. Now, let's keep it G real. Okay? It's a challenge.
G real.
Okay, it is a challenge. Being a parent for any age, it doesn't matter the age, but being a parent as a young adult is definitely challenging. When you're still growing, you're still working on you, you're still overcoming, your fears, your doubts, insecurities, your bad habits, your traumas. You're still overcoming all of that stuff, and still having to be there emotionally and spiritually for your children. Right? It's definitely a challenge. And I think that, if you really want to be a good parent, then you would continually do the work on you so that you can become the best version of yourself, so that you can give that best version of yourself to your children. Right? So That being said, I wanted to ask you a couple questions, sweetheart, about parenting. What do you think? What do you feel is the most difficult part about being a parent? Like parenting 2, 3. Wow, we have 3 kids.
We have 3 kids.
Parenting 3 children under the age of 5.
How I feel about that?
No, not how do you feel. What do you think is the most difficult part about it?
The most difficult part about it is catering to each of them, because they're literally their own individual.
Yeah.
They're their own person.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're literally all different. Yeah. So catering to them at the same time, but in different ways, is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Like, that's a constant battle.
Yeah.
A constant battle.
We talked about that.
What?
Like recently, talking about like, trying to cater to them individually.
Yeah.
Because they're all three
different
like, individuals.
Yeah. And like we can't create a relationship to where it's just all of us. Like we do have that relationship to where, okay, it's family time. That means all of us is together and we're spending this time together as a family, collectively. But then it's also a relationship with your child where my relationship with Noel is separate, with Naomi is separate, with Nazir is separate. Like, all of those are pretty much like mini friendships. Like, I have to create this bond with both of them, like all of them. I have to make this time for all of them. That's the hardest part, because the relationship that you build with your child individually, like when you're a parent of multiples, when you build this relationship with them individually, that's what carries them in their adulthood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, say they're off, they're out of the house or whatever like that. Hey, Mom, I got this going on. I really need to talk to you about this. Cool, no problem. Let's talk. Like, whatever it is, I don't care what it is. Let's talk. But you have to establish that bond whenever they're young. Yeah. And most of the time, especially households that have multiple children in it, they don't necessarily have like this personal bond with their parent. They more so have a family bond with their parent. Like for me growing up, that was what it was. It was a family bond. Like, it wasn't too much of, okay, I'm taking you out on Tuesday, I'm taking you out on Friday, I'm taking you out on Saturday. That wasn't the case. That wasn't that. We always spent time together doing something together, which is what made me value family time and knowing the importance of it, because, when I was older, that's how the household was. It was raised up on eating dinner together, like talking at dinner table, all of that, having nights that's strictly dedicated towards family, which was awesome to me. But also sometimes I crave that attention to where I could just go to my dad and be like, okay, Dad, this is what I got going on. I feel this way. Okay, Mom, this is what I got feel like going on. Like, what do I do about this? Or how do you feel like this? Or, recently I'm thinking about doing da-da-da. I didn't have that space to explore just a one-on-one personal relationship with my parents, because it was more than one child in the house, and that's what, like you said, we were talking about. I do not want that, because that is what, because me, while I'm older and I'm experiencing stuff where I really do need the guidance of a parent, because when your children are older, you're no longer parenting them, you're guiding them, you're advising them, like you're giving them, okay, option 1, option 2, these are some things that I would do, but ultimately it's your decision.
It's your decision,
yes. So in order for them to feel comfortable and for them to have a place to be able to hit your mom up, hit your dad up, and let them know anything that's going on, I admire kids that have that relationship. They'd be like, oh no, I need to call my mom. Like, I need to call my dad. And people are like, dang, you can't do nothing about your mom or daddy. It can't. Like, I want them to have that relationship to where if they're feeling unsure about something, instead of making a decision that is going to affect their life, like long term or short term, whatever it is, instead of them doing that, seek guidance from your parents, because that's the whole purpose of you parenting a child. Is different stages, is different steps of what you will be doing. So for me, that's why I'm like, okay, I know I have to dedicate. That's why I haven't been stressing about Noel taking a nap with Naomi. I'm like, okay, like, this is the time that I get with her that's solely for her. Or when Noel go to sleep at a different time, Naomi, okay, this is the time that I have to solely spend with Naomi. This is the time I solely have to spend with Nazir. Like, it is, it's hard. What do you feel like is the hardest part?
that just managing, the time commitments that you have with each of your children. You know what I mean? It's very difficult as a parent to juggle, your marriage, first of all, and then your own personal relationship with your creator. So you got to have your you time, you have your time that you spend with your spouse, and then you have to manage the time that you pour into each relationship with each one of your children, right? Depending on how many children you have, like
it's not talked about.
It gets more and more. Yeah, it's not talked about. It gets more and more challenging, right? Like if you think about it, you put it in perspective. You having to invest time in yourself, having to invest time in your partner, and then having to invest time in each of these three children that you're raising is very, very challenging when there's 24 hours in a day, right?
But that's not it. Yeah, that's not it. You're also balancing working, socializing with your family outside of your actual immediate family, and then extending more time out to friends. It is a lot. Like that's why I be saying that a lot. Especially in our earlier podcast, I would say I'm like, it is hard to be married and to also parent. People feel as though because I'm doing it alone that, oh, you got it easy, you got it made. No, that's not the case at all.
Necessarily the case, yeah.
That's not the case. Like, for example, a lot of my friends, they've experienced being a single mother, and they have that long time frame from when they don't have their children because they're co-parenting with their partner. You have a set time that you know that you are not going to have your child. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Your break that you get is a whole different bracket. Like I told her last night, I was like, yeah, we're going out, like we're outside. I'm having a great time. But guess what? When I go home, I still have to mother. I still have to take care of my children.
It don't stop.
It does not stop. My husband has to go to work the next morning. So when I get home after having a girls' night out, had a blast. I'm coming home and I'm still having to adjust and get myself together because I still have to parent our children. We don't have that escape to where, all right, Monday through Friday they hers and on the weekend they mine. Like no, we don't. It's ongoing. It's 24/7 until we actually set a vacation or like we have Lita here right now. Like unless we set that time and have grandparents or aunts or something like that take the kids, it's us 24/7 as well. So it's the same with a single mother who maybe her the parent isn't in their life, like the baby daddy isn't in their life. She's ongoing 24/7. She don't have help. She don't get a break. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes it's the exact same thing in marriage. Sometimes we just be going, don't get a break, and then we be like, okay, we need to take a vacation because we have worked 6 months straight, working the opposite schedules, and making time for our family, making time for our kids, but like we need time just for ourselves. Like that is crucial in a marriage, in a relationship, to find time to just you guys spend time together. So
yeah, I saw another post on Instagram where it was a pastor. I think it was my mom that sent it to me. It was a pastor that had a couple. There was a couple that he had on stage, and he had their 2 children. And the couple came on stage, and he just told them to, like stand there, like line up. And it was the wife, then it was the 2 children, and then it was the husband on the opposite side, right? And the pastor was like, y'all look at this picture right here. And the crowd was just looking, and he paused for a moment, and he said, there's something wrong with this. He said, you should never allow your children to get in between your marriage, right? He said the proper picture should be husband, wife, and then the children.
Yeah.
Right? That should be the proper picture, right? Because we understand the order of operation is God the Father, then we got the father of the house or the husband, then we have the wife, and then we have the children, right? Like that's really the order of operation. And in order for things to function properly in the home, like that needs to be the order. And like it's easy to say, but it's not easy to do. It's easy to have that. I believe it's easy to have that structure in the house, but it's not easy to manage how you go about doing your life, right? It's not easy to go about doing it. It's not easy to, manage the relationship that you have with your creator, manage your relationship with your partner, the relationship with your children. Like managing relationships and building relationships is very difficult because it requires time, right? It requires genuine effort and energy. and it's not talked about, right? And I think that because we are parents that don't want to fail, right, and we don't want to let our children down or let ourselves down, right, or let our marriage down, we pour a lot into it, right? And there's a lot that is required, and because we care so much, you know, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. And our little one just walked in here as we're recording, and she could care less that we're recording. Bye, baby. But anyway, I have another question for you, babe. What do you feel is, because in our community, like being, I think placing an emphasis on being a great parent isn't really talked about a lot in our community.
Yeah.
And it's because we have like this self-image crisis because of what we've been through, right, in our history. We don't really value ourselves a lot. So we feel that, you know, we feel like we're inadequate, right? And we can't really become a great parent or a great, you know, a great leader in the household or a great representation of what a human being should be like and how they should conduct life. So I want to ask you, what do you think is, I guess, a good system of managing how you're doing as a mom or as a dad or as a, you know, as a parent? What do you think is a good system?
Apple juice, yeah. Go to Lita.
Love you. Okay, we're recording. Don't come back, please. Okay, close the door. Go lay down.
What? She just woke up.
Yeah. No, she didn't take a nap.
She did take a nap.
She didn't.
They've been
up the whole time. So what do you think is a good system for managing your, you know, like how you're doing in your parenting life, in your marriage, and what do you feel is a good system? That's a difficult question because I'm trying to figure it out in my head. Like,
really, a good system is just doing it, like doing whatever you have to do to try to make it work. So maybe trying to set a schedule. Okay, on Mondays I'll make sure I do this. On Tuesdays I'll make sure I do that. Right. Because on a day-to-day basis, you do want to make sure that you're giving your child like some type of independent time. But I'm not talking about no one whole day, 24 hours to where I'm just focused on one child. Right. Like we have multiple children. And they're young, like they both need us. You get what I'm saying? Now when they're a little bit older, like I feel like when Noel is, 5, 6, that I will take her out more. Far as like whatever she want to do or whatever she's taking interest in, for us to spend time together. And then the same with, Naomi. Really with all of them, I'm just picking out certain days that I'm just investing in them, and then certain days that okay, like I need time, like it needs to just be us. Like every opportunity, it's pretty much seizing the opportunity. So like the fact that we have family down here that helps, like that she's helping us, I'm seizing a moment. Like if I can be out, I'm out. If me and hubby can be out, then we're out trying to capitalize on the fact that we have help, and then we have somebody that can watch the kids. And then, when it's back to family time and you're off, okay, now we can all do something outside, or we can all do something, today as a family. Okay, you get off at this time, I can wiggle in, take a Noel here. I can wiggle in, take a Naomi here, and just me and her, just me and him, or whatever like that. So I'm literally just playing it ear like day by day. It's no schedule works. I don't really like. I believe in a system. I believe in a system, but I don't believe in a strict schedule. Every day I have to wake up at
because
7 a.m. Like with children, like I'm not a happy-go-lucky morning person. I'm not. I could get 12 hours of sleep and I still do not want to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't. I'm not there. And it is what it is. You play it by ear, but you keep trying different ways. And when you figure out certain things that work for you and it flows for your family, then it makes it a whole lot easier. And it becomes, like you said, like you do something 30 days for a long, you just do something consistent for 30 days, then it becomes a habit and it becomes something natural and it's no longer hard. In the beginning, it is hard and it's frustrating. But like you said, we're so like just determined to be good parents, that we're constantly working on ourselves in ways to improve our family and maneuver it this way or maneuver it that way so that it fits our life and what we have going on. And pretty much that every single individual in our house is catered to, that is loved, that is safe, like they feel like home is a safe place. I don't really want to go to nobody else's house because my house is a safe place.
It's a safe place.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. I think we can, come to our conclusion. I got a lot more to say, but I'll save it for the next next episode.
What you gotta say?
Well, a lot. I mean, parenting it's a lot to talk about with parenting and marriage. Not, it's a subject that we could stay on for 4 days.
Yeah, we literally could make a parenting series.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a lot to talk about, but ultimately, I just wanted to encourage the, parents out there that are raising young children that, you're doing better than you think you are. And it is more difficult than you make it seem, right? It's much more difficult than you make it seem. Like being a parent is a challenge. And in hindsight, a lot of parents like to look back and say, oh, they wish they would have did this. They wish they would have did that. But what's not taken into account is, the emotional, I guess, fatigue that was being experienced at the time. So you take each moment and you try to value each moment that you have with your children, and make sure that you're continually growing you and looking to be the best parent and the best person that you can be, and obviously prioritizing your relationships with your children, with your spouse, and with yourself, and pouring into that continually, and just being happy with how things ultimately will turn out, right? And engage in that process continually and be appreciative of it.
And I feel like a lot of times people feel like that being a parent means that like you don't break down or that you don't get tired, that you not over it. And baby, that is not the case. Like I wish that social media would stop trying to paint this image as if parenthood is this walk in the park, because what happens is other people that have children, like younger people that have children, they get whiplash because social media has painted this picture as if I wake up every single day on a good level, on a good note. My children are fantastic. I don't have to say anything to my children. They simply get up and be. And that is a lie.
That ain't children.
That's not a child. That is a robot thing. Like, that is not the truth. Like, can we stop? Can we stop portraying and lying that parenthood is not hard and that you don't have your days? Like, some days it is like you need to stay on that side of the room and I'm gonna stay on this side of the room because I do not have anything nice to say, and mommy don't want to say anything that she does not want to say to you because words are permanent. Okay, and that's pretty much like, that's pretty much what I had to say.
That's what it is. So we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Listen, be great. Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Turn your post notifications so that you be notified every single time that we post. Follow us on our social media accounts as well.
That part. Let love for your hearts, family. We out.
Peace and blessings. Bye.